everyone, welcome. I'm here in nature at I.D.E.A.L Society in British Columbia, Canada, in the heart of the Canadian Rockies. Very beautiful place. It's an intentional community with a really high spiritual component in the daily life of the people living here that Natasha Kalizar created, founded actually more than 20 years ago. It is the project that she developed in her last years, a great heritage for everybody that loves her work. Really, if you like her lectures, I really do encourage you to have a look at the I.D.E.A.L Society website and maybe consider thinking about visiting I.D.E.A.L Society, because the life that is lived here is amazing. It embodies the spiritual science, the initiatic science that she brought and she was giving, and she was giving advices to everybody with this beautiful science that she naturally had within herself so strongly. And it connects this spiritual science with everything else we do in our daily life. So basically here, from agriculture, from natural building, arts, leisure, education, name it, everything. We connect all those work with spiritual science. So it is also about self-development, because through this process we just grow a lot. We grow a lot inside, and it gives us this sacred flame to keep going. I'm here to tell you a little bit about how I actually discovered astrology. I learned it all basically through the lectures that were given here at I.D.E.A.L Society, where I spent more than 17 years. The founder, Natasha Kalizar, is extraordinary. She's been given lectures here at I.D.E.A.L Society almost daily, and the topic she was covering was very broad, but what connected them all is this spiritual science, this initiatic science that she mastered so well naturally. It's just in her, and she was giving those lectures, and in them the topics were very broad, were many topics, but very often she would just do a little blink of an eye, a little hint, connecting the topic she was working on with astrology, just so we were aware at all times that those energies she was talking about, those works, those whatever was the topic, she was always giving us a view, a way of looking at it with the eyes of astrology. And that's how I learned astrology, mainly through her, this traditional oral tradition, right from her directly, not through books or whatever, but just through those lectures, those little hints she was putting everywhere. So very inspiring for me. Astrology just opened up through those lectures. I was not reading so many books, but through her words I really got a good connection with astrology. And whenever I work with astrology, for me it is a way to reconnect with her, with the work she was doing, with her vision, with the entities that was working with her that were wonderful, so luminous. So anytime I work with astrology, I'm really happy, because it connects me with that, and I love this work so much. I love her vibration, how she brought astrology, the topic, how she was developing it. So for me, it's a beautiful work. I will be presenting the astrological influences on a monthly basis, respecting this point of view, this inspiration, this flow of energy, and also following a line, because the invisible work is working with us at all time, and astrology is there to show us a little bit how we can work with them. What is that work that they propose for us now, and following the thread that they propose to us. It's a great adventure, and it's never ending, because the stars keep moving. They never stop proposing us so many different avenues to grow within, and to bring this spiritual energy within whatever we're doing. As an example, here at I.D.E.A.L Society, in 17 years that I spent here, I've been inspired to do so many things, and every time it was always about connecting the spiritual world with whatever work we're doing here on earth. One of those connections I developed a lot is with the bees. I've been doing beekeeping here at I.D.E.A.L Society for more than 13 years, And lately, in the last 5 years, with I.D.E.A.L that was working here also for a really long time, we developed Happy Culture, which is a way of working with bees and health together. It's working with apitherapy, which is an approach to health using bee products. What is amazing with bees is the level of vibration that they bring. It's so high, their way of living, the way they feed themselves, the purity of what they gather as food and as medicine is just amazing. So again, in this sphere, we've been connecting the spiritual world, the initiatic science, to what we do physically. We do beekeeping, we try to be healthy, we do all our efforts into those directions. And connecting both is just so inspiring, and that's what we do at Happy Culture. So that's another avenue. I'm just mentioning it so you have an idea of what we develop here at I.D.E.A.L Society. When we connect this educational point of view of the initiatic science with whatever else we are doing. So that's one example. The astrology for me is another one. And I do encourage you to follow us on our monthly astrology capsule, astrology video for you to follow that thread. And again, for me, it's about following this inspiration that Natasha Kalizer gave to so many of us. And I do it through astrology, others do it through other means. May it be arts, may it be just keeping this collective work that is still happening here at I.D.E.A.L Society. There are still songs every day, prayers, lectures we listen to. Everybody here is eager to grow and to work on themselves and to connect it with their daily work. And this is something so precious. So yes, the work of Natasha Kalizer is still alive and it's still going. It's still being transmitted, being lived, and we want to share it with as many people as possible. So thank you so much for watching.